For thousands of years, humanity has told stories about a lost continent buried beneath the depths of the ocean, a place of wealth, wisdom, and power that vanished without a trace. But did Atlantis really exist, or is it just a myth born from human imagination? To find the origin of this story, we must go back to ancient Greece, specifically to the writings of the philosopher Plato. It was Plato, the great Greek philosopher, who first spoke of Atlantis in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, written around the 4th century BCE. In these texts, he describes an advanced civilization located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. According to the account, Atlantis was an island larger than Libya and Asia combined, ruled by a powerful empire that dominated vast territories. Its capital, a majestic circular city, was built with gold, silver, and other precious metals, and its society thrived under just laws and technology far ahead of its time. But if Atlantis was so powerful, how did it disappear? Plato tells us that, due to the corruption and arrogance of its rulers, the gods decided to punish it with a devastating cataclysm. In a single night and a single day, Atlantis sank into the ocean, never to be seen again. And so, one of history's greatest mysteries was born. But was Plato describing a real place, or was it merely a philosophical allegory? Since antiquity, scholars have debated whether Atlantis was real or just a metaphor. Some believe that Plato used it as a warning against the corruption of societies, while others argue that his story was based on real historical events. Even in Plato's time, his story was met with skepticism. His disciple Aristotle believed that Atlantis was nothing more than an invention. But if that's true, why has it fascinated so many generations? Throughout history, adventurers, explorers, and scientists have tried to unravel the enigma of Atlantis. Some have linked its disappearance to real geological events. Could there have been a continent that truly sank? Over the centuries, numerous theories have emerged about Atlantis's possible location. One of the earliest hypotheses suggested it was in Crete, home to the Minoan civilization. The Minoans were one of the most advanced cultures of the Bronze Age. They built impressive palaces, developed a sophisticated writing system, and had a flourishing economy. However, around the 15th century BCE, they mysteriously collapsed, following the eruption of the volcano on the island of Santorini. This cataclysm triggered a massive tsunami that may have wiped out the Minoan civilization, much like Plato described Atlantis's destruction. Could the story of Atlantis be inspired by this real-life tragedy? But Crete is not the only candidate. Over time, many other locations have been proposed, from the Caribbean to Antarctica, and even the Sahara Desert. But how much truth is there in these theories? Is there any archaeological evidence to support them? For centuries, humanity has sought to answer one of history's most fascinating questions. Did Atlantis really exist? In this episode, we will explore the most surprising theories about its location and uncover whether science has found any proof of its existence. From the depths of the Atlantic Ocean to the heart of the Sahara Desert, the search for the lost city has taken researchers to the most unexpected corners of the world. Could any of these theories hold the key to solving the mystery? One of the most popular theories suggests that Atlantis was located in the Atlantic Ocean, beyond the Strait of Gibraltar. Just as Plato described, many believe that the present-day Azores Islands could be the remnants of a sunken continent. This theory is based on the idea that, thousands of years ago, a landmass might have collapsed due to seismic activity and massive tsunamis, leading to the disappearance of an advanced civilization. In recent years, some explorers have found what appear to be submerged structures near the Azores, reigniting the debate. Could these be the remains of Atlantis, However, experts have pointed out that these formations might be natural rather than definitive proof of a lost civilization. So, let's keep searching. Another shocking theory suggests that Atlantis is not underwater, but in the middle of the Sahara Desert. This refers to the Richat structure, a massive circular formation in Mauritania that closely resembles Atlantis's description. This theory has gained popularity in recent years thanks to satellite imagery, which reveals that the Eye of Africa has concentric rings of land and water, very similar to Plato's depiction. But if Atlantis was here, how did it end up in the middle of a desert? Geologists have found evidence that this region was once covered by water, which could explain how a great civilization might have thrived here before a dramatic climate shift. However, experts also point out that there is no clear archaeological evidence of an advanced civilization in this area. Could it just be a coincidence? Some researchers believe that Atlantis might have been located in the Americas long before the arrival of Europeans. Could there be a connection between Atlantis and civilizations like the Incas, the Mayans, or the Olmecs? These ancient cultures had advanced knowledge of astronomy, architecture, and engineering, leading some to speculate that they might have inherited wisdom from a lost civilization. Could Atlantis have been one of these cultures? One of South America's most enigmatic sites is Pumapunku, an archaeological site in Bolivia with megalithic structures of astonishing precision. Some researchers have suggested that it could be a remnant of Atlantis, but once again, there is no solid evidence to confirm this theory. Science has yet to uncover proof of a lost civilization on the scale described by Plato. Despite all these theories, the truth remains elusive. No definitive evidence of Atlantis has been found, but the search continues. Every year, new expeditions attempt to solve this ancient enigma. For centuries, humanity has searched for the legendary Atlantis. But in recent decades, science and technology have allowed us to explore the ocean floor and analyze historical records with greater accuracy than ever before. Are we finally close to discovering the truth? Thanks to modern technology, scientists have scanned the ocean floor in search of structures that might be linked to Atlantis. In various parts of the world, underwater formations have sparked curiosity among researchers. One of the most mysterious discoveries is the Bimini Road in the Bahamas. Found in the 1960s, this formation of large stone blocks resembles a submerged pathway. Could it be an artificial construction from a lost civilization? Scientists have debated whether this structure is natural or man-made. Some believe it could be part of an ancient city, while others argue that it is merely a geological formation. In recent years, researchers have identified strange patterns on the seabed, including lines and structures that resemble ancient cities. But so far, none have been confirmed as evidence of Atlantis. Aside from Plato's writings, are there other historical sources that mention Atlantis? Some researchers have traced ancient documents looking for clues. The historian Herodotus, who lived before Plato, described a world with still unknown continents and mentioned a land beyond the Pillars of Hercules. Could he have been referring to Atlantis? Even in the Middle Ages, some cartographers drew maps depicting lands that supposedly existed before great cataclysms. Some of these maps show islands in the Atlantic that no longer exist today. Could this be a reference to Atlantis? Despite the lack of conclusive evidence, the legend of Atlantis has captivated humanity for over 2,000 years. And while science has yet to confirm its existence, the mystery endures. Perhaps somewhere in the world, beneath the ocean, or hidden in the heart of a desert, lies the real answer. Until then, Atlantis remains a fascinating enigma that fuels our imagination. And so, we come to the end of this journey through history, mythology, and science. Atlantis remains one of humanity's greatest mysteries. And while we don't yet have all the answers, our curiosity will always drive us to seek the truth. If you enjoyed this series and want more content about historical mysteries, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Thank you for joining us on this journey. See you in the next mystery. Until next time.